Hello everyone, I'm Muhammad Saklan and the venture we selected for our video assignment is Waleem, and the person we interviewed is Mr. Yasuddin, the founder of Waleem. So let's start with the introduction of the founder.
Familiar of my name. My name is Mohammad Vasuddin. I'm also an IB graduate like you. I graduated in 2016 from the same university. I completed my BBA then. Immediately after I graduated, I wanted to start a business, and I was not aware how to do a business. Although I had a bachelor's degree from IBA, but it was very challenging to identify what niche specifically are we supposed to work on, what value addition can we give to the consumers, and how to go about it. But I was very determined कि करना है तो business ही करना है. Eventually, I had also had a partner who had a similar sort of mind. His name is Ali Rehan, and we started exploring what to do. It was that time when we realized both of us cannot be in business at the same time from the start, because after graduating, it was an expectation that we earn something. And since there was no business actually, and we never knew what our business was, so we were not making any money. So we decided, in fact, we flipped a coin and we decided one of us should work. And it was me who was supposed to work. So I joined. I received an offer from Dollins, the appliances company. I joined Dollins and I worked there for 3 years. Besides that, I was continuously there with Ali to manage our business. And while managing that, we explored different avenues, we onboarded different clients, we developed a niche to serve academic institutes, all the academic institutes across Karachi, in a manner that we add value as far as their tech is concerned, as far as their marketing is concerned, as far as their event management is concerned, as far as their co-curricular activities are concerned. So the entire deck, we managed to pull that off. We onboarded different schools, different colleges, different coaching centers, and that was the first business together. And this was in parallel to my job. So basically, I was working on a 9 to 5 job, and when I came back from office, I came to this office. Holding companies by the name of E-Resource Center. So Valim is also a subsidiary under E-Resource Center, and that's how it started. And it continued in a similar manner for 3 years. Then I moved from Dollars to Philips, and the business continued. And I was with Philips for another 3 years, so in total 6 years. And then I realized that now the business is big enough, and now the business can afford salary. So I resigned and I fully joined what ERC is known as Valim today, because Valim is a brand which we created, and it's also under the subsidiary of E-Resource Center. E-Resource Center is still there. It's a private limited company now, and we are on the board of that company. So that's how things evolve. Be out there and shine.
Alright. Sir, like you said, you have experience in different companies like Doll and stuff. Do you have sales or marketing experience? If yes, then how important it was to your startup?
Okay. It was very important because I joined Dollins and the first role given to me was to work on their app. So it was a tech-based project, and it eventually helped me because I'm building a tech-based tech-based company. So that was very helpful. The next assignment given to me within Dollins was to manage e-commerce, to be able to sell appliances online. However, selling things online, basically what e-commerce is all about, is again helpful for me at Valim, because now we are selling courses, now we are selling programs, we are selling workshops. So it was good to have a sales exposure. Then eventually I worked for Philips, and my last position was working as the national sales manager. So I was managing the entire sales across Pakistan, and I was managing a portfolio of more than 1.5 billion rupees a year. So it was a very sizable business, and it allowed me to build relationships, to maintain contacts, to get in touch with a lot of people, to network around. So yeah, definitely it was again became a backbone for my area of business, because now we're supposed to interact with teachers, now we're supposed to interact with students, now we're supposed to interact with a lot of people, with team. In fact, in Philips, I had a team of 53 resources, so they were reporting to me. So building a team, empowering them, delegating authority.
The second part is about the education. Sir, how did you spot the opportunity or how you evaluated the opportunity?
Okay, the first thing was I wanted to be, I've always been very passionate to teach myself. So I was a very avid teacher. Even while I was studying at IBA, I used to give out private tuitions. Then while I was working for Dollins, I used to give group classes online. Then eventually when I was at Philips, I was a teaching assistant at Zebist. I was teaching at a school. I was teaching O-level and A-level to students in the morning before going to my office. I used to take one class, so it was a 1.5 hour class from 8 to 9:30, and then I was supposed to be in office at 10. So I was very passionate to teach, and hence I always wanted to pursue a business, a career, something related in the field of education. So that's how the first business idea came, to build a business who can actually serve the academic industry, the academic domain, be it universities, colleges, the students, and that's how we ended up serving multiple colleges and schools across Karachi. And we provided them with websites, we provided them with extracurricular programs, extensive programs, we provided them with marketing and social media management services, we provided them with designing services. So that was the entire portfolio. And then eventually we realized that there is a vacuum in this landscape, and people should be able to offer online classes to students across Pakistan and even students outside Pakistan. And then that's when we created Valim in 2019. In the end of
Sir, the next question is, did you conduct any feasibility analysis, financial analysis before starting your business or venture?
When we started Valim as a brand, after 3 years of being in business, then we realized that we need to at least plan our finances. We need to at least plan how resources will be onboarded and how we'll be able to manage them and how the cash flows will be like. So it took us a while to get there, but eventually it is very important to develop feasibilities and to manage accordingly. And there was still this need to learn online, to teach online, to earn online, and Valim was there. So it gave us a huge push. We grew extensively. We scaled our operations to 14 different countries, and that was the main push in fact in our journey. We have 3 co-founders. 2 of us are based on a full-time basis, me and Ali, and we started this from very start. And when we introduced Valim, we realized that we need someone with expertise in technology, who can be the CTO for the company, who can develop tech stacks, who can develop websites, who can develop apps. And we had a third co-founder. He's based in UK. He's a Pakistani origin, and now we are 3 people, basically 3 co-founders, and we are operating it on that model. However, and all 3 have equal equity distribution, and the 2 working founders draw salaries, and the one who's not working on a full-time basis because he's based in UK, he's also employed there in another company. However, he is still the CTO. Now, I was telling you that when we started, we only knew that we want to operate in the domain of education. We want to serve, either be a direct contributor in that domain or maybe serve different entities who are already providing education, and that's how we ended up connecting with a lot of institutes. And when we started, we offered every service which we could think of. We were offering website development, we were offering tech support, we were offering learning management system as a service and as a white label solution, we were offering designing, we were offering social media solutions, we were offering event management. So we were offering anything a school needs. We were even offering the capacity to onboard teachers, to train teachers, to have them aligned. So we offered everything, but then eventually we could not have sustained every service which we could have offered. Then eventually we started filtering our services as per the acceptance from the market, and we continued only those services who had a positive ROI. As co-founders, you're supposed to work 24/7. You have to be available either online for a call, online on emails and WhatsApp, or physically in office. So that's how the requirement is from co-founders, and we follow a similar. So the business started, the core business started in 2016. Valim came along in 2018, and now we are sitting in 2023. So it's around 7 years in total for the parent company, and 4 years for the brand. Because we never needed a huge chunk of investment, and then we were there. If at any point in time the business was in need of cash flow, so we all were there, all the co-founders were there. But other than that, I don't remember injecting a significant amount of capital in the business, because it was merely a service providing business, and we never had to purchase anything, we never had to invest in, we never had to hold our cash flows. So whatever was there, it was being eventually paid by the client. So we just managed cash flows in a manner that the client pays us, and then we eventually pay off the vendors by making a margin out of it. That's how we work.
सर आपको bootstrapping वगैरह की कोई need हुई या financing वगैरह?
Bootstrapping, what Valim is today, we realize that we need investments in terms of marketing, in terms of improving our tech stack, in terms of reaching out to the customers by developing a better social media profile. So that's when we raised the pre-seed, which we also announced. So it was the first angel round which we had last year.
What is your target market, and what are their needs?
Our target market is basically students from across the world. We're already offering services to 14 different countries. Most of it is Middle East. It is also Australia. It is also some parts of North America, some parts of Europe. So basically a total of 14 countries are being served. A typical TG is a student who wants to learn, who wants to take tuition classes for O levels or A levels, who wants to get who wants to get to learn Quran. And since it's a marketplace model, so our target market is also teachers. So it's not only the students, we also need teachers. So our marketplace works in a manner that teachers are onboarded, they are trained how to teach online, they are equipped with the relevant resources, with the relevant platform and marketing positioning, and students are onboarded and they're connected with the teachers. So it is about demand and supply side EG which we have. If you evaluate us on a competitive landscape, what other edtech startups are doing is they are creating content. For example, let me name a few. I'm sure you must have heard about Maqsad, about Noon, about Abwab. All these are edtech startups. So everyone is creating content. So creating content means to create a video recording for a specific subject, and to have it displayed either on your website or either on your mobile app. And the student can come in, student can pay the monthly subscription and have access to that content. However, the way we operate is we provide live one-on-one classes. So a student comes to us and we align that student with one individual teacher who will be there in every class live available. It's a USP which other startups are not offering right now. The maximum they are doing is they're offering live classes in form of a group. We're also doing that. We also offer group classes, but we're also offering one-on-one. To acquire customers is through social media marketing. What we do is we advertise on social media, and the student looks at the advert, and they register themselves, they apply, and then a team of counselors call that student and they understand the specific requirement, what exactly they want, and then we provide service. So this is basically 60% of all customers where they come from, and 40% comes from word of mouth, as I mentioned earlier.
And how you retain the customers?
Yeah, regarding the retention, we have a very high retention rate. We have 91% retention ratio. For example, if you are a student for O levels and you join us for classes, for example, in the month of August, and your exam is in the month of May, so your journey will start in August and it will continue till May until you appear for your exam. So, and that is for your O levels part only. And then after you're done with your O levels, you come back to us again in July or in August to appear for your ASL1 or maybe your intermediate. And you come back to us for your intermediate second year. You come back to us for your university preparation for SAT or maybe for IELTS if you want to go abroad. So that's how we calculate our retention ratio. And the backbone to be successful in this is just to provide quality education and be price competitive. We are operating on market competitive pricing, and there are a couple of courses in which, for example, IELTS is a category which we are offering on a very affordable mechanism, on a very affordable rates, just because we want to build this category. So we are making a bud on this category, but we need to do this so that we structure this out, we exponentially grow this category. Other than that, we operate on a cost plus model. So whatever the student pays, we have a sharing, a small chunk goes to Aleem, and the rest is the most important resources for us are always the team which we have. We can always rely on them, we can always trust them, and the team delivers. So the most important asset which we have is the team which we have. Other than that, we have this brand credibility which we have accumulated over the years. So that's again a different asset for us. The most important one is to manage and to invest on social media to build traction, to attract students from different parts of the world. That's one. And in order to do that, we place traffic ads, we created DVCs, we collaborate with different influencers, we also offer promotional discounts just to make it attractive. So that's a tactical thing which we have been doing. And yeah, that's the entire deck of marketing. A production house, so they can create content, they can produce content for us. We have partnered with a digital marketing agency who can actually invest with us on different ad sets, who can manage our social media buying part only, the traffic ads, how they are run. We have partnered with different software houses and freelancers, and so that they can help us develop our tech stack by developing the websites, the hostings, and the learning management systems which we operate. We also have partnered with lawyers. We have partnered with different financial institutes, so that they can on behalf of us collect payments and have it aligned and routed to us. So yeah, that is as far as I remember who we have partnered with. We have partnered with also distributors for IELTS, basically AEO and IE. The first challenge is how do you identify the market gap and how do you go about solving it, because what you crack is in the first attempt is never the ideal roadmap to offer to add value in the life of consumers. It's a continuously iterative process where you learn new things every day. So the first challenge was to finally figure out what we need to offer, and the solution which came up was continuous hustle and the iterative process of continuous improvement, daily learning something new, identifying a gap and going about solving it. So that was the first challenge. The other things include management of cash flows, retaining of team in terms of employees, onboarding quality tutors. As I mentioned, that everything is an iterative process where you go about and learn something new every day. For example, there had been teachers who worked with us and then they onboarded a specific pool of students and then they ended up serving them directly. So this was a challenge for us. We operate on a commission model and we don't need to go about chasing teachers, making protocols for that. Yeah, maybe in future if this grows, maybe we can develop a roadmap how to improve. Considering the economic situation in Pakistan today, every other startup is facing through lots of challenges. We know the examples of Airlift, we know the examples of Car First, we know examples of hundreds of other startups who started off brilliantly, who raised funds, and now they are not in this ecosystem. So that is the challenge which we have through the economic point of view. Other than that, there are other challenges also in terms of raising financing, in terms of building venture, in terms of competition, and competition just we always have this threat that they might wipe us out, because other players in this space are very, very powerful. If we talk about Noon, they are a UAE funded organization, and they have been in this space since maybe a decade or so. So they're very old, and they're very keen. In fact, the first line of business was e-commerce in Middle East. We also have Abwab, who is a Jordanian group. So we have these international players in our local ecosystem, and they're humongous inside. We also have this a startup managed by EdTutor. It is backed by Express Group, so the Lakhani family. So that's again is a challenge, because if we just try to compete with the financial muscle, we won't be able to survive. So what we have to do is we have to be very cautious, and we have to manage cash flows accordingly, and we have to maintain a good runway for our business.